What's up, Leon?
Hey man, just chilling.
Yeah, give him some skin, brother.
just chilling in the skin I'm in. You want to say it like that?
yes, I do. No, could you be a little more ethnic with it, please?
Just chilling in the skin I'm in, baby.
There you go. I was going to ask you to throw a baby in there for me. Now, you know what, man? I'm just going to come out and tell you. I love this movie, man. This is the one where somebody says, name one movie that you love. I the skin I'm in before you even finish that sentence. I love this film.
I didn't even know what the question was.
You don't need to know. I got the answer right
I
here.
asked him the other day. I was like, hey, man, what do you think was your favorite skin I live in? Oh, I was actually going to say something else. Skin I live in, too. Whatever it is. That's it. That's the answer.
Your favorite topping on a cupcake, but sure, skin, whatever.
Sure.
Hey, what you eating there? Skin I live in. What you eating? No, you know, and this is funny because this movie, it's a Pedro Almodovar movie, and anybody who knows his work, I mean, there's always going to be some deal with sexual tension, sexual frustration, probably a little bit of murder in there.
It'll make you feel the most uncomfortable you've ever felt in a fucking theater.
Are angry.
Yeah.
Are angry. I mean, in this movie, somebody always they just don't get mistreated. They either get tortured or there's some twist where they've done wrong in the most angering
while
way.
they're in a coma.
Yeah,
That's my least favorite one.
Oh yeah. We won't even say which movie that is. So if you run across it accidentally, we want you to suffer like we did. But you know, this movie here juggles all those things, but it juggles a lot of other things, man. I mean, this is a science fiction film. It's a horror film. It's a film noir. It is a drama. And you look at somebody else who would take something like this and they would just juggle this stuff so badly.
I think it's probably also one of the modern day Frankenstein stories we can get right now. I mean, just as far as like where he actually took this material and how really warped. I mean, just the premise alone, you're like, okay, but as the story progresses, you're like, oh shit. And then it makes you think, would I do the same in that situation? What the hell?
Now, if I'm not mistaken, this movie is about revenge.
Well, it's about a lot of things, man.
Yeah.
You really don't know. And the least said about it, the better. Because
Good night, everybody.
yeah. So click. Better than sex. Click. No.
Starts off at the halfway point of the story, and it's not till the second reel that we get to find out what the fuck is even going on.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
yeah, and I got kind of frustrated with it for a while because I was like, man, I don't know what you're doing, but I'm getting tired of this. You know, you're taking too long, man. Hurry up. But
Yet clearly he was won over.
I was.
But shockingly, I was like, look, as long as you keep showing this hot ass girl wearing this bodysuit, I'm okay. I'll
What did you
wait.
say was the other movie we saw her in recently? Oh, Point Blank.
Yeah, Point
Oh,
Blank.
you know
Yeah, I
what?
saw it.
Somehow I knew you were going to say it's the girl from Point Blank.
Yeah, no. In this film, Antonio Banderas plays a plastic surgeon, and his wife was
He got to practice on Melanie Griffith all these years.
and fuck that up majorly. No, he Rudder Ledgard or something like that. He's a crazy doctor. That's all you need to know. He's come up because his wife was in a horrible accident where she was burned to death. He's made it his life obsession to work on this type of skin that's resilient against a lot of things, almost like a perfect skin. And he wants to apply this to burn victims, but perhaps later on to, just improving people's skin in and of itself.
Just people who want badass skin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But like mosquitoes can't, seriously, like mosquitoes can't penetrate it. Or they're
Something
like
about the smell that you have no attraction
They're
to.
turned off by it.
Teenagers with pizza face.
Yeah, no zits.
No
of that
acne.
shit.
I think you can like stretch like Mr. Fantastic if you want.
Oxy would go out of business. Pretty much.
Yeah. If you fall off a building, you bounce back up. It's cool skin, man. If you roll your face across some newspaper, come back up. You have the print on it. Like but this is where it gets weird. He's experimenting on this woman played by is it Anya?
Elena Anya, yes.
Anaya.
Trust me. No.
I laid it on
Anya.
you.
I laid it on
I'm
you.
trying to tell you the correct way. I'm trying to help you pass the test.
I don't
Listen
trust
to me.
you.
All right? Listen to me.
This is the man that
He's
called
laying it on you.
No.
Come on.
I don't believe it. No.
No, I don't believe it. You were the man that called the Limburg baby the Limburger baby. No,
You're still going to get him on it.
I know. I'm
know,
fucking with
right?
I want to get on that because I love that man.
Hey, have fun with it. That's all right.
But this girl that he's experimenting on, you don't know what's happening with her because at one point you can tell she's held captive, but at another point she seems really not too desperate to leave the situation, and course, as the movie plays along, we learn what's happening with her. By the midway point of the movie, we have most of it told in flashback. And really, when you're watching it, you're like, at least I didn't. I can't speak for everybody else. I was like, I really don't understand what's going on. And this movie's dragging for me. But when they start to reveal slowly how this is all coming together, which is what I love how it gradually does, is they had themes in this movie that appealed to me greatly, man. Like this cat right here. I'm gonna fucking experiment on this cat.
I love it. It wasn't me this time.
I just looked at it.
Yeah.
You know that cat used to be a person. No, it's
Watch it. It's got that skin. Throw it at the wall. Bounce right off.
I think the cat was just trying to warn you against spoilers.
I've been experimenting with the perfect synthetic fur. This cat used to be a human midget, but no.
I used to be Raymond.
But there's certain themes of what is sexuality. What would you do in certain situations if you were confronted with those questions of sexuality? And like I said, I don't know how that will appeal to everybody else, but the way it came together in this movie just appealed to me greatly.
So if I accidentally woke up and would
I cannot answer that, sir.
Yeah.
In fact, I have to edit that part. yeah, that is. I mean, and I don't blame you, because you didn't see it, but that just goes to like prove your spoiler abilities right there.
I know.
Only you can answer that question for yourself.
You don't want to look down that road, Leon.
Yeah, it's a dark road. But I'm curious to know, because I haven't really asked anybody fully what you guys thought about it.
No, this movie sucked. I don't know what the fuck.
No,
You gotta
stay,
be
please.
I don't know what skin you were in watching this, but
Have this drink.
You know what?
made me want to scream.
I agree with you so completely when you say like the real pleasure is watching them sort of piecing it together. But I don't think I ever felt that drag, because I like films when they are confusing at first, when it's clear that there is a lot going on, that it is a really complicated story, and the film it's very clear when it is revealing the parts. So it's like there's movies that do this sort of thing, and you got to watch it again because you're like, I still don't know what happened. This isn't one of those films. You will completely understand what happened by the end of it, but it is a pretty complicated tale, and there are points that just your jaw hits the floor with a resounding thump. Close it again to make sure nobody thinks that it's open for the wrong reason.
Yeah.
Well,
But I enjoy it. It's a real pleasure watching it come together. It's one of those puzzle films, and it really works on that level, and that's due to a large part because of the Antonio Banderas, who is basically a villain here, but yet he's the least villainous villain like ever.
Yeah, no,
and the actress Elena Anya or whatever her name is.
Elena Anya.
No, you say Anya. I just you look at this.
Elena Anya.
You look at this right here. What does that
Look,
say?
he's got his Spanish program on. He knows.
Elena Anaya.
That's what I said.
Anya.
Is it Anya?
You know what? Ask Leon. Ask the black guy over there.
I did. I just showed him the word. You were such a surgeon. You fucked up this word.
No.
Right?
You
removed that. You removed that A.
You guys did great in high school, I'm sure. But yeah. Anyway, anyway, getting back to the point of this, you're absolutely right. I mean, I felt like a fucking genius because there wasn't any point where I was like really confused or thought, where this whole story was going. Because I mean, walking in a Almodovar film, I'm thinking, okay, I'm halfway through this movie, it's either gonna confuse the shit out of me to where I don't care, or hopefully this guy will get to an interesting story, which I think this movie is really gearing up for. And just the whole mysterious point of the beginning of the film, wondering what exactly is going on with this girl who's in this house, who somewhat seems to be a prisoner, but you just don't know because she's not really acting like a prisoner. Plus, she's doing all this other kind of odd, crazy stuff that it keeps your mind just wondering, like, okay, what's going to be the reveal? And once the reveal happens, it gets interesting, and as it keeps going, it gets even more interesting than even when I was like, wow, okay, I did not see that coming by any stretch of my fucking imagination. And when it does, they do it to where it's not insulting my intelligence, or it's not putting this artsy fucking thing that this guy likes to do sometimes, where he's just like, okay, I'm just going to get all abstract on your ass all of a sudden. Either you taking it or you don't.
My problem is never his abstractions. It's that he doesn't seem very plot driven normally. He's always like, all right, here is a basic plot, and there's a twist coming at some point that's going to freak you out. But the rest of it is literally just really meandering-ish character profiling. And you're like, okay, come on, can we please have something happen? This manages to take what he's learned over the years about building characters, and, obviously this was a long road. Sorry, I'm not the world's biggest Almodovar fan, but and attaching to it, putting it inside of a really solid plot, a super interesting little sci-fi twisty thing, like you said, a different take on the Frankenstein story in some ways.
Yeah.
A very different take on it.
Oh, yeah.
And it really works because you are fascinated with not just these characters, but the story in which they're inhabited.
The big question is, how does it compare to movies like May or Frankenhooker?
Well,
There's no Frankenhooker.
no, nothing can compare to
Nothing-
Frankenhooker.
nothing is Frankenhooker.
How dare you even make the comparison?
I just wanted to check.
But no, you should kind of ask yourself, how does it compare to other Almodovar movies too? Because he is a guy that likes to juggle a lot of themes in movies, and sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. And this is a case where he's like very much on top of his game, because all these things that he is juggling, all these different kind of movies,